Hey, First Southern and all of our friends. I've been trying to figure this out all week, and you all who know me know that I'm not a huge fan of technology, and it usually takes me a little while to get it all figured out. So sorry in my delay in this. My goal is to do a hymn a day to keep the blues away. And so some of you may not know, a lot of churches do live stream their services, but in order to do that legally, you're supposed to have an extra license to do that. For our church, it would cost about $250, somewhere around there. So as of, we've not had a need as such to do that, so we've not done that. And it did not dawn on me until earlier this week that there are many songs that are what's called public domain. Most of them are hymns. Not all hymns are public domain, so you have to look in the bottom of the hymnal. It says which ones are and which ones are not. So from now through Easter week especially, and maybe as long as the coronavirus goes on, we will have a hymn a day to keep the blues away. So if you would like to sing along with me as we do that, we do have hymnals at the church. So if you would like for me to bring you by a hymnal, or if you want to stop by the church either this weekend or at Kay's in the office next week, and I've set up some hymnals for her, you may have one as well. We've got some white hymnals that the choir has used before, and then this way you can sing along as we do it. On Palm Sunday and Easter Sunday, I will sing more than just one. We'll do 2 or 3, probably maybe 3 or 4, who knows, in celebration of Easter. And so this hymn, I thought I would give you just a little bit of background on it. Before I tell you the title, though, the author's name is Joseph Skyven. He was Irish, and in his 20s, he was going to get married, and the day before he got married, his fiancée was in a horse riding accident. The horse bucked her, and she fell into a stream and actually drowned. So they did not get married. It hit him hard. And so through that, he decided to move to Canada due to religious reasons, etc. And so while in Canada, he lived there a few years, and when he was 25 years old, he actually moved there when he was 25, moved to Canada when he was 25. And so then a few years there, he found someone else that he was going to marry, and then before they got married, she ended up with pneumonia and died. And so he was alone. While that was going on, he found out that his mother, who was sick in Dublin, he found out he couldn't go because of dealing with this and the finances, etc. So he decided to write a poem and send it to her. And the poem's title was Pray Without Ceasing. After he sent it, a little while later, he became ill himself. And a neighbor actually came over to check him out, make sure he was doing okay. And he saw next to his bed this poem, and he asked him, he said, did you write this? And he responded and said, the Lord and I wrote it together. And so the neighbor asked permission to have it published, and so it was published. And then after that, a person who writes tunes to songs named Charles Converse found the words, put music to the words, and then it was published under a different name. I don't know if any of you can figure out from that little clip what the name of this hymn is, but it's What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And so just keep in mind that the person who wrote this, 2 things. Number 1, that he had great sorrow in writing this. Number 2, he was very alone when he wrote this. And number 3, that he wrote it and sent it as a letter. In this time of us all being enclosed, think about writing letters. The majority of the New Testament is letters that were written, especially by Paul, and he was imprisoned. And so I'm going to sing hymn number 182, What a Friend We Have in Jesus. And most of you know this, so you can sing along even if you don't have a hymnal, and we will go from there. So here we go. Especially if we have the Lord Jesus Christ in our heart and in our life. Hopefully this will work out and I can get this through, and I'll try and do one of these every day for you, at least through Easter week, through Easter Sunday. As Pastor says, may the Lord richly, richly bless you. Bye.